through your slides were very easy to understand. Your vocal rhythm and cadence was excellent, I thought. Slow and just very easy to follow. You went over tricky areas and highlights of pathways, technical hints and tips, and I liked how you included examples from your personal experience using pathways so that we could relate more to actually using the pathways. So your style, based on the objectives, was informational and logical. So you did a great job with that. And I thought you did a great job making this a persuasive speech. You started out with the transitions that everyone needs to transition to pathways, and you even gave the specific date, so we all got the hint right away that isn't something we need to do. The one suggestion I would say for improving the speech would be to add a actual live demo of going through pathways as part of your presentation. That would give us some actual, an actual visual of doing it ourselves, and we can refer back to the video of this presentation and go through with that demo on our own with our computer. So that would be my suggestion. Otherwise, great job.
I think we decided that the other two evaluators are going to evaluate Jane after the meeting because we've run out of time. So you can skip to the next part of the agenda.
So Peter gave what I thought was a delicious, wonderful speech. I think people really enjoyed it. I know for me it created a lot of imagery in my own mind. You had the most wonderful expression on your face as you were describing this. We could tell that this is a memory you're going to have your whole life. You probably haven't adjusted it because it was such a delicious memory and you got everything you wanted out of it because you got to have all those wonderful sexual feelings without having any shame because you made a decision you're really happy about. So I thought it was a great speech. I loved the build-up. I loved the way you told it. I think everyone enjoyed it very much. Thank you for sharing your wonderful memory and for letting us all know that we're all sexual until we die.
Person.
I know.
And Ekow will give us a
Usage of the word apotheosis. Leslie used the word, Aline used the word, and Peter used the word. With sounds such as was too many. I can't begin to count the tally that I did. But I'll just urge everybody to try to be more mindful of the M's, especially the sounds, because when you get stuck at some point, the possibility of losing a sound is very high. With interjections such as and, but, was pretty okay. Most people didn't use and, but, well, all of that. So it was pretty funny.
Can you hand the mic over to Julie?
Thank you. So the meeting started off with Peter. He went a little bit over the time at about 2 minutes and 45 seconds. The limit was 2 minutes, and the grace period is 30 seconds. Ekow was a little bit under the minimum for initially, and then recently when he did his summary, he was on time. Everyone did a great job. Jane, as we discussed, went over the estimated time of 14 to 16 minutes. She had about 18 minutes and 20 seconds. Peter did his speech. He was within the range, within 7 minutes and 21 seconds. And House did a wonderful job stating the limits and giving a wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Brendan is going to do our general evaluation. And
Introduce me.
Brendan O'Brien. Oh, I always want to call Brendan Phelan, the famous man, is going to do our general evaluation. And so go ahead and
Thank you. I'll just comment on transcendence, which should have been the word of the day because I really don't know what it means. But I think I'll give it a go, as the British would say. I think using my natural gifts and capacity for intelligence transcends whatever I bring to a situation. It doesn't matter what kind of work I do, what kind of school I go to. It doesn't matter how many A's I get, what diploma I receive, because lots of people get A's, lots of people receive diplomas, but I think I transcend my natural gifts and abilities to every room I walk into. That I get to share my natural gifts. Yeah, I got that A on that test. It was me doing it. That's the important thing. Not that I got the A, because the whole classroom got a bunch of A's, but it was me, my intelligence, my natural gifts I brought to the situation. So I hope that answers that question. Vocabulary lesson today. As for the meeting, I would just go over the evaluation of the speech by Jane. I actually thought it was very straightforward. You were very personable here about your experience with the website and making sure, and we're going through each thing you have to do to make sure it works. The check compatibility was these little things that people, when people are experiencing, it's gonna happen to them. You want to make it as smooth and easy for them for their first try at it, and I thought you made people comfortable with the process and doing the first steps in going on the website and the different pages to go through. So I thought Jane was very smoothly done with the presentation, and you stood a little bit of time on each slide, each part of the presentation for a little bit. I think that helped us with the patience what we're going to need when we do it ourselves. I mean, the apotheosis would be for everyone in this room to go home and come back and be able to do the same exact presentation over again, like you did, and because that's we would love to get to that point. As for, I will comment a little bit on Chris. I agreed with the idea of the personal experience. I'm not so much of giving the live demo or as if trying to remember what you did when you gave a certain speech, and then as we're seeing the general process for anyone to use it, say, oh, when I gave my icebreaker speech, this is what I did with this, and so we get a mixture of the new to everyone and what you did. So that's my take on what Chris said, which I agree very much with. And Aline definitely was an appropriate evaluator for me. And it's just, I mean, so kind of coming from a very special perspective, or so specialized perspective. So very well done and very constructive. And I think, considering the time limits of the meeting, I think that the importance of what we learned today was sort of more than the time constraints of the meeting. So I think it was well worth the time and effort. And I appreciate all the people who came out front at the beginning, the new people here, to make people feel comfortable up front. My best example of people being up front is says, if you can stand up here, then maybe I can do it. So I appreciate people being warm and doing that way. And now I will pass the meeting over to our Toastmaster, and well done. You juggled a lot and did a great job. Thank you. Well done.
You're saying wind up, but I'm not sure whether we're winding up before having the two last evaluations.
No, we don't have time for the last two.
All right.
We're going to do them offline with Jane after the meeting. It now goes to
All
Robert.
right, so we're here and you talk about.
You're not going to be here next week, Peter.
Correct.
Okay, so Brendan,